The fate of Rome's Ninth Legion is one of history's greatest mysteries. As one of the empire's most formidable military units, Legio IX Hispana played a critical role in Rome's expansion and dominance. Having earned a fearsome reputation through brutal campaigns across Gaul, Hispania, and Germania, the Ninth was an essential part of Rome's military machine. But sometime in the early 2nd century AD, this once mighty legion simply vanished. No records, no remains, just an eerie silence in the pages of history. The elite force, known as Legio IX Hispana, was one of the most battle-hardened units of the Roman Empire. For centuries, it fought in the brutal campaigns of Gaul, Hispania, and Germania, gaining a fearsome reputation. But sometime in the early 2nd century AD, the Ninth simply vanished. No records, no remains, just an eerie silence in the pages of history. The last known deployment of the Ninth Legion was in Roman Britain. Stationed at Eboracum, modern-day York, they were tasked with maintaining order in the volatile northern frontiers. The tribes of Caledonia, what is now Scotland, were restless, their warriors resisting Roman rule with relentless fury. Emperor Hadrian had not yet built his famous wall, and the Romans were struggling to hold their ground. Then, around 120 AD, the Ninth Legion was ordered to march north to suppress a growing rebellion led by Caledonian tribes. The exact nature of the conflict remains unclear, but historical fragments suggest that it was a significant uprising that posed a serious threat to Rome's control over the region. Some historians believe they were ordered to subdue a major uprising around 120 AD. Thousands of soldiers, led by their experienced officers, ventured into the misty hills and dense forests. But they never returned. There are no accounts of a great battle, no triumphant return or desperate retreat. It was as if the earth swallowed them whole. For years, the Ninth had been one of Rome's most loyal and capable forces. Established during the late Republic, they had fought under Julius Caesar during the Gallic Wars, proving their might against the fierce Celtic warriors. They had defended the empire's borders in Hispania and stood against Rome's greatest threats. Yet, despite their illustrious history, they disappeared without a trace. Centuries later, historians and archaeologists have attempted to piece together what happened. Some suggest the Ninth was ambushed and slaughtered by the fierce Caledonian tribes, their existence wiped from Roman records to avoid disgrace. Others believe they were quietly reassigned to the eastern front of the empire and perished in later battles. But there is no conclusive evidence of their survival or destruction. Adding to the mystery, stone inscriptions and tombs in Eboracum still bear the mark of the Ninth Legion. If they had met a violent end in Britain, why were their records not updated? Why were they never replaced? And if they had simply been transferred, why did the empire erase their name from history? Modern archaeology has uncovered some clues, but they raise more questions than they answer. Excavations in York have found inscriptions that mention the Ninth Legion, but no later references exist. A few fragmentary documents suggest the Legion may have been redeployed to the eastern provinces, but no definitive proof has surfaced. Some have speculated that they were caught in a catastrophic rebellion, their ranks annihilated before they could send word to Rome. At the time of the Ninth Legion's disappearance, Britain was in turmoil. The Caledonian tribes, particularly the Picts and other northern warriors, were known for their brutal guerrilla tactics. Unlike traditional Roman warfare, the Caledonians preferred ambushes, using their knowledge of the rough terrain to their advantage. Some theories suggest that the Ninth Legion may have been lured into an elaborate trap, their forces overwhelmed and scattered, with no survivors left to tell the tale. Another possibility is that the rebellion was much larger than Rome admitted. Some sources indicate that the unrest in Britain may have been severe enough to threaten the empire's control over the province. If the Ninth Legion was wiped out in a catastrophic defeat, Rome may have chosen to erase the event from official records to avoid the appearance of weakness. Conspiracy theories also abound regarding their fate. Some researchers believe that the Ninth Legion's destruction was not accidental, but deliberate. One theory proposes that they were sent into a hopeless battle to serve as a distraction, while Rome consolidated its forces elsewhere. Another, more speculative idea is that they were victims of political betrayal, perhaps led into a deadly situation by rivals in the Roman Senate who sought to remove influential commanders. Still, others claim that the Ninth Legion's disappearance was the result of something more supernatural. Given the Legion's sudden vanishing without any trace of a battle, some have drawn connections to ancient Celtic myths that speak of warriors being swallowed by the land or taken by spirits. Legends speak of eerie occurrences in the misty highlands of Scotland, where entire armies were said to vanish without a trace. Some local folklore suggests that the Ninth Legion may have encountered something beyond human comprehension, leading to their sudden and unexplained disappearance. Legends speak of eerie occurrences in the misty highlands Highlands of Scotland, where entire armies were said to vanish without a trace. Some local folklore suggests that the Ninth Legion may have encountered something beyond human comprehension, leading to their sudden and unexplained disappearance. Even today, the fields of northern Britain are littered with Roman artifacts, but no mass graves, no remnants of a fallen legion, only silence. What happened to the Ninth Legion? Were they massacred in a forgotten battle? Did they desert and vanish into the wild lands beyond the Empire's grasp? Or is there another, stranger truth waiting to be uncovered?